I recently just overpaid for these at a restaurant, so I decided to make them by myself. I'm using pork today. You can use Beyond Beef or any meat substitute if you're vegan or vegetarian. Cabbage is not optional. This is one of the best components. We're going to take 3 leaves and cut out the stems. Just like a chiffonade, we're going to stack those on top of each other, and then I'm going to be indecisive between cutting techniques here. Shave very thinly, rotate 90 degrees, and do the same. Now we're just going to cross chop this until it's about half as fine as you are. I use a bench scraper here just to preserve my knife's edge. Another must-have ingredient is the shiitake. We're just going to remove the stem because they're super dense and just straight up not a good time. Now I'm going to demonstrate why this is sketchy. And then we're going to bridge it with our hands and cut it instead, because it is too rubbery to cut through laterally like that. Again, really thin slice, rotate 90 degrees again. We're just getting everything a very small dice consistency, so it incorporates very evenly into our pork. With that said, we're going to brunoise this garlic. We're using about 3 cloves. You could just throw this through a garlic press for all I care. But, you know I'm a huge advocate for knife skills, so you know what I'm gonna do. I just prepped a little extra ginger for other stuff to cook during the week, but using a spoon is the great way to peel this. Get as much off as you want. I'm going to be trimming the edges anyway, so I'm not too worried about those. So this is a great example of trying to cut on a flat surface when you're creating these planks. This is a typical julienne preparation where we'll stack them and then cut them lengthwise again. To dice, you just 90 degrees turn and make the same thickness cuts. Clearly my knife isn't that sharp because right there my brain turned off because it didn't cut the scallions like I thought it would. Just get these as thin as you can. And that's all of our prep done. So now we can start making our filling. We're gonna add our pork and or meat substitute to the bowl. Get all the cabbage in there. I mean all of it. I'm only portioning this in this way because it's making it more visual so you can see what I'm talking about. If there's one thing to note, please don't overdo it with the ginger. I just want it to be an accent. It is super easy to turn this into ginger gyoza. Season with salt, sesame oil, and soy sauce. Now this is ready to mix. I'm going to use my spatula here to break this up a bit just because it was so densely packed. Start to mix it together and then get your hands involved to get everything nice and evenly incorporated. Try not to overwork this because it'll become super coarse and mealy. Now we're ready to go with our Gyoza Wrappers. Please get the circular ones. So here's our method. We're going to get the filling into the wrapper and then wet our finger around the outside of it, roll it up, and then throw it on our sheet tray. Start with a smaller than you think amount of your filling. Wet your finger, coat the entire outside, squeeze the middle first, push towards your thumb, and create a fold and press it down against the back. This is going to take some time, but you'll get faster as you go. I typically opt for 3 folds per side and continue making these until you run out of filling or motivation. Dang, you're looking thicker than a snick. Now that we've got all of those ready to go, I'm going to grab a big non-stick pan so we can cook a lot of these off at the same time. Hopefully something that you have a lid for over medium-high heat. After you've preheated your pan, add your neutral oil. Please not olive oil because it just won't match the flavor. Now we're going to give these all some space so they can sear nicely. Now you're going to have to monitor these like I am here, moving things around from hot spots to the colder spots to make sure nothing burns and everything gets nice and evenly crisp. Then add your water. Add your lid and steam between 3 and 5 minutes. Once everything looks uniform in color and the tops don't look dry, you're ready to go. We're gonna make our sauce with just a tablespoon of soy sauce and to taste with vinegar. Cut some scallions on the bias because aesthetics are everything, and plate it up. Now this is one of those things that you drastically overpay for in restaurants. Yes, they may be tedious to make at home, but it is super rewarding and honestly probably one of the best date foods. Get to stay close to each other while one fills and one folds. And before you know it, you have these lovely dumplings. So next time you're craving dumplings, just make them. And maybe make about 45 of them like I did here. You just gotta love the super tangy soy sauce with the sesame seeds, of course. think you can tell how much I like these by me going for that second one so quickly. Well, that's it. I hope you make these, and I hope you let me know if you do. Remember to do your damn dishes, like, subscribe, and comment if you're digging my stuff, and I hope to see you around.